Hello, my lovely angels. This is your girl Sim back with another episode of the Sim Squad. Hi. So, since quite a few of y'all requested me to do my top Lattafas currently, I planned initially it was like top 9 Lattafa. Then I was like, that's not gonna work. So, I mean, then it became 11, then 13, and then when I finally kept my 13 perfumes in front of me, I just had to add 2 more. So now we have 15. So I'm not gonna waste any time, we're just gonna start. And I'm gonna do it alphabetically, in alphabetical order. And I'm gonna start with the first one. I don't have notes for most of these guys, so I'm gonna skim through them since there are like 15 perfumes to go through. Now, my top Lattafas keep changing, right? With season, with um, you know, I'm a human being, not a rock, so changes, my mind changes, my mood changes, everything changes. New perfumes get released, the old ones get chucked out, so there are many of them that will not be included that you've seen in my previous videos. And then you'll see some that are more important to me now because they've macerated and they've become much better. Let's start off with the first one. This is Ameer Al Oudh Intense Oud. Everybody knows that this is a dupe for By the Fireplace, or so they say. If you want to know what this smells like in short, this is your sugary oud with lots of smokiness. That's about it. It's a very, very simple perfume. It smells very complex and it has like a lot of different kinds of oud, but all the ouds in this are synthetic. Now, I know a lot of people, especially outside the GCC, they're used to all the synthetic ouds. People in UAE, however, kind of frown upon like synthetic ouds like this, but for me, I don't mind it because it has been done so well. If they had used the actual oud in this, perhaps it would have not sat so well and the perfume would not be this cheap for sure. I just love it. It's a very woody oud. It's not barnyardy, which is like plus plus, right? For everybody. While it does smell like fireplace, By the Fireplace, it's the same DNA, but it is not a dupe. It's not 100% dupe. The longevity of this is around 8 hours or more. Doesn't go away. It'll stay on your clothes. The next day you'll still smell the like the perfume whiffs you're gonna keep getting even in your laundry once you spray this. The projection is, I would say, like 3 to 4 feet. It's a monster perfume. And my rating for this is a 10 out of 10. It's a beautiful fragrance. As a matter of fact, you know what? I think most of these perfumes will be a 10 out of 10, except for a few because those are going to be very occasional wears. Now, although this is a very winter perfume, not even fall, this is more like a winter perfume, I still have put this because I get craving to wear this and I keep wearing this. And the reason why I've used up only that much is that you need just 2 sprays of this perfume and you're set. Next, we have Ajayeb Portrait Dubai. Some people love the packaging, some people hate it. Kind of looks like ice, This perfume, initially when it came, it was very confusing. I liked it from the beginning, like when I received it, although after maceration, it has become much better. On Fragrantica, it's got 4. And the top notes for this are orange lemon, which is very, very evident in the opening. You get like this freshness, but you have like the pulpy mango coming in immediately after that, and that kind of subdues the zestiness of all the citrus fruits. In the middle notes you have mango, osmanthus and jasmine, and in the base notes you have oud, sandalwood, musk and amber. It doesn't smell complicated when you actually see the notes and smell it, but when you don't see the notes and if you smell it, you feel, oh my god, this must be such a complicated perfume, The florals in this, they say it has osmanthus and jasmine, but quite frankly speaking, I can barely smell them. They're there in the form of a floral note, but not really prominent. It's more of a fruity fragrance with woodsy dry down. Why I like this mango fragrance compared to everything else? I could have put masa in here, which I really, really like debated with myself. I really had to convince myself not to pick that one up because first of all, I love the perfume, but it's so rare that I will pull that out, right? This one is the one I'll go for more. This is compared to Sol de Jeddah by Stefan Humbert. Sol de Jeddah Mango Kiss. That's the one it's duping. I haven't smelled that perfume, so I don't know. Okay, all I can tell you, it's like a very nice citrusy mango with a beautiful oud dried out. Oud is like barely there, so you don't have to get worried about it. It's not very prominent. It's a very well-rounded perfume, but for everybody who got this and did not like it, let it macerate. But just make sure to empty, like spray it out like every other week. Just spray 2-3 sprays out and create that little space. I have used quite a bit up already from this perfume. The longevity of this one is, I would say, 7 hours or more. It becomes very faint. I would say 8+ hours, but you know what? After 7 hours, it's very, very faint. The projection would be like 2 feet. You can wear this all around the year, although it's a mango fragrance. I think because it is a little bit thick, it's a little bit sticky, you can wear this in winter as well, but every time you wear it, try wearing it during the daytime. My rating for this is a 9 out of 10. Wow, we have a lot of alphabet A. Next we have, how can I not have this in my collection? This is Amethyst. This is from the Ameer Al Oudh collection, and this was supposed to be a dupe for Atomic Rose by Initio. I personally don't think it is. A lot of people get this rubbery note in it. Some people get gasoline note in it. When I had got mine, initially it did have a little gasoline note. Luckily, I never had that rubbery thing going on. I had the rubbery thing going on in Ameer Al Oudh, Oud for Glory, but not in this one. Oh my god, every time I smell this perfume, I just want to die. It's like so beautiful. Like I want to die and go to heaven in the best possible way, yeah? Not in a morbid, sad way. I think it's so brilliant, this perfume. On Fragrantica, it's got 4.23. These are all my old notes. I need to like update all of these. The top notes are bergamot, pink pepper, and blackcurrant. In the heart, you have Turkish rose, Bulgarian rose, and jasmine. And in the base, you have agarwood, amber, and vanilla. All I can say, it's a beautiful oud rose, which is like a very typical Middle Eastern blend. And then you have like added this and that. They've added like very cleverly a little bit of bergamot. The pink peppercorn is nothing that tickles your nose or anything. The blackcurrant. So it kind of becomes like jammy rose, but it's oudi. And then to top it all off, you have amber and vanilla in the base, which makes the perfume very, very sweet. So this is definitely a sweet, jammy rose oud, but it smells dark. It smells goth. It smells a little damp as well and cold, you know. This is so potent that you need to spray like maybe one spray, like for beginners. You know? Once you get used to the perfume, douse yourself in it, no problem. The longevity of this one is like 24 hours. I'm not kidding you. Doesn't go away. Like till you wash it, it's not going to go away. And the projection also is like around 4 to 5 feet. It's just like projects like crazy. It'll project slowly, but it'll fill up the entire room. And it's a very impressive perfume in the sense that it'll make an impression on people. You will definitely stand out in the crowd. I think you can wear this all weather, but like occasion wear or in the evening or date night, this is definitely not your casual wear. So you can't like go grocery shopping wearing this. I mean, you can if you want to, but rest assured that you're going to get a lot of attention. My rating for this is a 10 out of 10. Next, we have a new one from Lattafa. And this one again was up for debate. I was like, should I put this or not? Because I've not even done a maceration update on this one yet. There are a few new ones over here. But you know what? I'm sold. I was very intrigued and I'm sold. This is Eclaire by Lattafa. That's the bottle. Ugly. In my opinion, I know a lot of people like it. I personally think it's a super ugly bottle. It's all plastic. It's weird. The cap is so light. Like if I toss it on someone, they won't get hurt. Why do I talk like this? Why do I like always like try and think of hurting someone? Lactonic Gourmand. This is your almost identical dupe for Bianco Latte. If you like Bianco Latte, you're gonna like this. It has like everything gourmand that you can think of which is edible, like caramel, praline, milk. The top notes for this are caramel, milk and sugar. Middle notes of white flowers and honey. And the base notes of vanilla, praline and musk. So yes, it's a very sweet perfume. It literally smells like a toffee. And I am very sorry for people who got confused last time. I know it's called Eclaire and I know Eclaire is a pastry. It's a dessert, you know, I know that. When I was saying Eclaire toffee, I was comparing it to this toffee from Eclairs, from Cadbury's. And it's called the Eclairs and it's a toffee that you know, and it smells exactly like that particular toffee, not other toffees, but that specific one. So If you want to know how this one smells like, go grab an Eclaire toffee and you will know exactly how this smells like. It kind of also smells like the Haagen-Dazs Dulce de Leche, the flavor. The only drawback for this perfume is that I cannot pull this out in summer. It's sickly sweet. It's very sticky. It feels sticky. So in winter, it's gonna shine. Fall, winter. The projection for this is getting better. Slowly, slowly. Initially, it was not all that. Compared to Bianco Latte, don't even bother comparing. They are miles apart, right? But it is still projection of like 2 feet at least. And the longevity, I would say, is like currently 6 hours. It'll get better. I know how Lattafa perfumes work. It needs time. But I will pull this out only in winter. It has no Middle Easternness about it at all. It's a very, very pure gourmand. My rating for this currently is a 9 out of 10. It's not like, oh my god, it's not like something which is very, very unique or something. And you know me, I like very, very unique perfumes. Or if they're generic perfumes, they should be very lovable, right? This one is still a 9 out of 10. Next, we have something that I've been wearing forever. And it's almost, it's more than halfway gone. And this is your Haya. It's a fuzzy bottle. It's very cute and it smells exactly how it looks like. It's a very effervescent pink champagne strawberry perfume. It smells like a girly girl brunch, like you're sitting in a gazebo in a park or in a not a park, a garden, and you're having brunch or high tea or something like that, and you all are dressed in frocks for some reason, pink frocks or white frocks. It also kind of gives me the vibe of bridesmaids, how they should smell like. It's very bubbly. Like the moment you spray it, you feel like it instantly makes you so happy and you feel so pretty. It's like a pretty perfume. The top notes for this are pink champagne, pink berries, blood orange and pink freesia, very pink. Middle notes of gardenia, vanilla, orchid and jasmine, and the base notes of praline, amber and sandalwood. Honestly, it just starts off very pink champagne and like berries and strawberries. Imagine if you're having berries and you're drinking pink champagne. The florals, they come in as a mixture of florals and nothing indolic or nothing that stands out like orchid. If you think about it, it should stand out. Jasmine, it should stand out. None of them are standing out, which is what I like. It's very well blended. And in the base, you have sandalwood, amber and praline, which just adds slight bit of sweetness and creaminess. It's not really a very creamy perfume. So don't think of it like becoming lotiony or something. It's still a very, very fresh perfume. This one is like summer, spring, summer, daytime. Douse yourself in it. Everybody will love you for it. It's such a crowd pleaser. Now, this is like one of those fragrances that I tell you, it's like very generic, but it's so pretty that you can't help fall in love with it. For me, it's a 10 out of 10. No Middle Eastern vibe. Projection is like 2 feet. And the longevity, I would say, is like 6 hours. This is the only drawback of this perfume. You need to really top it off. 6 hours is like stretching it. It never macerated like to an extent where I could say this has master performance. It does not. 5 to 6 feet is the maximum you're going to get from this perfume, but I don't mind. It's a pretty reasonably priced perfume. I know I'm not mentioning the prices, guys, but on the screen, I'm going to put the current prices because my notes are pretty old, yeah? Next, we have Liam. The Liam Grey. Actually, it's not called Liam Grey, it's just called Liam. The other one is Liam. So this was initially released as a unisex perfume. Now, I know a lot of people find this perfume to be very, very masculine. Even the bottle, like when you look at it, you feel like it'll be a masculine fragrance. But if you're somebody like me who doesn't mind unisex perfumes leaning slightly masculine, because for me, this is not very, very masculine, right? This is supposed to be duping Gris Charnel by BDK, and it's doing a very good job at that. The top notes for this are cardamom, fig and tea. I know it's tough to imagine these notes together, but think of actual cardamom with fig and tea. Black tea, not like green tea or anything, black tea. Then in the middle you have iris, vetiver and labdanum. In the base you have vanilla, sandalwood, tonka and patchouli. Oh my goodness. This perfume is an obsession for me. Like Ali and me can both wear it. Look at that. It's like almost, we finished so much because Ali also uses it, I also use it. This is definitely not for everybody. I'm not going to tell you go blind buy this. It's an impressive perfume. It will be a little polarizing. It does lean quite a bit masculine. But for me, like if I wear this on myself, plus because it has that tonka and vanilla in the base, it just makes it a bit more creamy. It does feel a little bit like lotion. So the opening might not feel like thick and lotiony to you. With the fig, cardamom and tea, it just makes you It's very like pure oriental, you know. But then when the middle notes and the base notes start coming in, you do start feeling like it's a little bit creamy, lotion-like. I shouldn't say creamy, lotion-like. This is a very unique fragrance and it'll be a 10 out of 10 for me. The projection is like a good 3 feet and the longevity is surprisingly 8 hours. There's no Middle Eastern vibe in this at all. You can wear this spring, summer, winter, fall, anytime you want, anytime during the day, night, all season, all weather. Beautiful 10 out of 10 fragrance. Next we have Mohra. Yeah, this is a perfume that I don't think there's anybody who will not like this perfume. It is very Middle Eastern. It feels very silk root. You know, it smells like an explorer who has gone to different places, gone to like China, you know, Far East, and then traveled back into Asia, and then went towards Turkey, and then crossed into Europe. Sorry, there are pigeons outside and they're distracting me. This is supposed to be a dupe for Penhaligon's Helfeti, but the cedar version. The top notes for this are saffron, lavender, blood orange, and bergamot. Middle notes of black pepper, rose, and cashmeran, and the base notes of patchouli, sandalwood, cedar, labdanum, and musk. Now this again to me is a very unisex perfume. This is I would call it a spicy oriental. It smells like chronicles of travel. That's all I can tell you. It's warm, mysterious, intriguing. Like when you smell it, like you feel like it has like so many layers. Well, obviously with all those notes, you better, you know. It does lean like quite a bit masculine, slightly bit more masculine than Liam as a matter of fact. But honestly, I would wear this all the time. It's so beautiful. But for fall and winter, for sure. You cannot pull this off in summer. You can definitely not. Maybe summer nights if you're going out and stuff. Maybe. But all these notes, none of them irk you. Like it has black pepper as well. It has labdanum. It has like some very powerful notes, right? But all of them are like blended together. You can't really make out any specific note. Like I can smell saffron because of course it comes off as like the sweet coldness. But then the lavender, blood orange, bergamot can't really like distinguish them, you know. And then you have black pepper, rose, and cashmere. The black pepper is not that tingly black pepper. It's more like that bitter smell of black pepper in the nicest possible way. Rose and cashmere are there like somewhere in the background, but like again just being playful and not dominating the perfume. And then in the base you have patchouli, sandalwood, cedar, labdanum, and musk. These are the ones that actually are there prominently towards the end. And once the perfume settles down, that's why I feel like this is okay to wear during spring, summer nights as well, but in moderation. This definitely leans a little Middle Eastern, although the notes would not. It's Oriental, but it has a fine line between the Oriental and the Arabian, yeah? The projection is insane, 4 to 5 feet. Longevity, 8+ hours. My rating for this is a 10 out of 10. Next we have Mohra, but the Silky Rose. I've used so much of this, look at that. I love this perfume so much. If you want a pink rose and lychee perfume with slight powderiness, and it smells like this bottle. It's like this color, you know, the light pink. This is supposed to be a dupe for Penhaligon's The Favorite, and on Fragrantica it's got 4.52. Top notes, rose, pink pepper, and lychee. Done in the nicest possible way. Even if you do not like rose as a note, like me, I personally do not like rose, you are going to love this perfume. It is such an easy like. It's just so happy. It's so peppy. It's not effervescent. It's pretty. It's like, it's literally this color. I mean, imagine a person like whose skin would be this color. The middle notes are again rose, musk, and lily of the valley. And then the base notes are musk, vanilla, and patchouli. I don't know where that slight powderiness is coming from, but the musk is not the skin-like musk. It's a beautiful musk. You know me with musk, I'm very, very careful. Vanilla comes in as a sweetness, and patchouli is barely there just to kind of like make the perfume last longer or something. I don't know. Increase its longevity or something. Lily of the Valley is again there, but like in the background, like echoing, you know, from both sides, you know, like surround sound. But the main notes are pink pepper, rose, and lychee with the musk. Amazing perfume. I don't want to say too much about this. If you like lychee perfumes, you're going to love this one. Unlike certain other lychee perfumes, this doesn't have anything green in it. No rhubarb, no stems, no bergamot, no nothing, you know, to bother you. Very smooth perfume. Stunning, stunning. And the more it dries down, the more powdery it gets, and just feels very, very pretty. You want to smell pretty? Go ahead, wear this perfume. This to me is like a very spring summer perfume. I would rate this as a 10 out of 10 for sure. The projection is around 2 feet. Longevity, I would say, is like 6 hours to 7 hours is stretching it. Again, just like Haya, you need to refresh this perfume. It stays on your skin for 24 hours. Like you can smell it, but if you stick your nose to your skin, yeah. But if you want it to project, you need to keep topping it off. I think we are more than halfway done. Next we have Musamam. Musamam White Intense. This, of course, you guys know already. This is a 10 out of 10 for me. I've put them in so many reviews. I'm going to try and not show the serpent because people freak out. It's a beautiful fragrance. It's a beautiful bottle. Look at how much I've used up. Oh my word. Every time I smell this. Now, I know this has been bothering some people and they say they smell something green or something tea-like and everything. I don't know where that is coming from, guys. I'm assuming it's bergamot not sitting well, or your perfume needs to macerate. Now, when I received this perfume, yes, it was a little, not off, but it was weird. But the more it's like macerating, it's becoming creamy, but in coconut way. The coconut cream. Let me tell you the notes for this. So, the top notes are bergamot, orange and spices. You can smell the bergamot with spices. Orange, I don't know where it is. Probably hiding in the corner or something. Middle notes of coconut, mahonial, ylang-ylang and ambroxan. Coconut and ylang-ylang is what's like quite prominent, along with the amber being there in the background constantly throughout the perfume. And then you have the base notes of sandalwood, benzoin and musk. This makes the perfume a little sweet, creamy, and that's why it becomes like creamy and kind of smells like lotion. You know, every time I smell this perfume, I do kind of feel like it resembles, or it could be a cousin of Crystal Noir. I know it's probably because of the coconut and spices. That one has coconut and ginger, this doesn't have ginger. But sometimes I actually get confused because when I smell this, I do feel like it smells kind of gingery. But that's because I get like a flashback of Crystal Noir. So I do want to tell you that this does remind me a little bit like Crystal Noir. But this is a beautiful yellow floral with creamy coconut and spices. A stunning, stunning fragrance. Oh my goodness. This one's longevity is increasing and increasing and increasing. Every time I spray this, it just becomes better and better. Right now, it's 7+ hours. Projects at least 3 feet. It has very, very good projection. There's no Middle Easternness about it. It's a very unique perfume. And it's supposed to be a dupe for Stellar Times by Louis Vuitton. I haven't smelled this. I know, I need to go and smell it. I cannot afford that perfume, not even a decan, guys. So I'm never going to have that perfume, but I'll try and go into a Louis Vuitton showroom and like try and smell it, you know. This, again, to my nose, is a little unisex, but it leans a little feminine to me, you know. But it could be like perfectly suited to a guy as well. When Ali wears this, he does like it, but he doesn't gravitate towards this at all. It is me who has finished all that. Next, we have Nasheet. Now, again, this one is not for everybody. This is a perfume that is probably the most polarizing vanilla perfume ever. This is a vanilla perfume, but not a vanilla perfume. If you're thinking vanilla and thinking gourmand, no. It's the most aromatic vanilla I've ever. It smells almost like when you open a medicine cabinet. I know it's not sounding very good right now. It does smell like medicine cabinet with vanilla. But medicine cabinet has Vicks Vapor Rub. It has Axe Oil. Those kind of aromatics. Things that have myrrh, frankincense, eucalyptus maybe, you know. Let me tell you the notes for this. The top notes are Gaiac wood, middle notes of nutmeg, and the base notes of sandalwood, cashmere, and frankincense. I have no idea where the vanilla is. I don't even know if these notes are like correct. But this is supposed to be a dupe for Nishane's Ani, and it's a very close dupe, yeah? Almost nearly identical. You need to try this before you buy it. For me, 10 out of 10. This is one of those perfumes that intrigues me so much. To my nose, it's just super unique and I love it. And for people who think this doesn't last very long and you spray it and after a few minutes it's gone, you're getting anosmic. I know a lot of people who get anosmic to this fragrance, so just don't overspray this perfume. It's quite potent. This was a very, very weak perfume when I had received it, and as and how I used it, it took a very long time for it to macerate. It's almost been like 7 months and I feel it is still getting there. you know, compared to Ani. I'm comparing it to the OG. So if you like frankincense as a note, if you think that you can wear frankincense and rock it, this is like the perfect frankincense fragrance that you'll find. It's frankincense in the forefront, lead singer, and everybody else is like prancing about in the background. Sandalwood being supportive. I do think it has benzoin or vanilla, something's there in the background. You have cashmere, garlic wood, nutmeg, slight spiciness, woodiness, all there in the background. Stunning, 10 out of 10. It has no Middle Eastern vibe. You can wear this, I think, in any season. I think it'll be more suited to wear in fall, winter. But honestly, I've been wearing this in summer and I love it because it's kind of refreshing because of that frankincense, you know. Next we have Oud Mood. I always say this is like the most basic Middle Eastern perfume that you can imagine. If you want a gateway into Middle Eastern perfumes, this is your basic rose and agarwood combination, the rose and oud combination. This has got 4.05 on Fragrantica. The top notes for this are rose, saffron and pimento. Middle notes of agarwood, caramel, floral notes and patchouli, and the base notes of woodsy notes, resins, amber, incense and musk. It has everything that is used to create a Middle Eastern perfume. You have saffron, rose, agarwood, forefront, and then you have like tons of sweet notes. If you don't like very, very, very sweet fragrances, because this is caramel overload, but what balances that sweetness is the rawness of the oud and the incense in the background with patchouli like grounding it, and you have like tons and tons of resins, right? Amber and all sorts of other resins you can imagine. This is a cold perfume. If you think this is oud and it's going to be like a warm hug or something, not one bit. Super cold because of the saffron. Now this again, if you do not like oud, you're not going to like this perfume. I do say this is a beginner oud because everything else is there equally. Like the percentage of each and every note is there equally, and the patchouli also is like quite strong in this, so you do feel like the perfume is very, very grounded. If you like Shagaf Oud, you're gonna like this one. This is very similar to Shagaf Oud, except for the fact that this one is a little bit more smoky. It has more incense. This will always be my 10 out of 10 fragrance. This was one of the first few Lattafas I bought. It's heavy on the Middle Eastern vibe. The longevity is 8+ hours. Projection is like 4 to 5 feet. Crazy insane. I would wear it all season, all weather, but for people who are not used to oud, this is going to be your fall winter fragrance only, or occasion wear when you go out for parties or gatherings or VIP meetings, anywhere that you want to make an impression. Next we have Ramz Gold. Now this is again one of the happy fragrances I have. Ramz Gold is not very, it's not fresh fruits or anything. It's a super fruity fragrance, by the way. Oh my goodness. Supposed to be a dupe for Alexandria 2 by Xerjoff, but think of all the fruits that you can imagine. By the way, this one took like forever to macerate. It had such strong gasoline note in the beginning, and all I could smell initially was fruits. Synthetic fruits. Right now, although the fruits are synthetic, it is not a bad synthetic. It also has some kind of greenness in it, which I love personally. Although you know me, usually in my perfumes, I do not like greenness at all. But it has this weird greenness in it. I wonder what it is. It does smell like stems of flowers, but it's going so well with this perfume. The top notes for this are apple, pear, peach, sweet orange and blackcurrant. Middle notes of jasmine, sambac, rose and orange blossom. And the base notes of sandalwood, white musk, patchouli and vanilla. Now that it's macerated like properly, you can actually smell patchouli, white musk, you know, all these things in the base. You can smell some amount of florals, although I think this perfume is predominantly a fruity fragrance. If you're looking for something that will make you feel fresh and happy, but not smell juvenile, honestly, I don't even think this smells youthful. This is not one of those fragrances, right? It's a happy fragrance, but in an adult way. The funny part is like in the beginning, it starts off as a transparent fragrance, and then it starts becoming viscous. So you start feeling like the thickness coming in towards, like, the more it dries down, the thicker it gets. You need to get a decant to try this because this is a very heavy fruit fragrance, but it is unlike any other fruits that you've tried, any other fruity fragrance that you've tried. It's a very unique fruity fragrance, which is why I love it a lot. And in summer, spring, summer, excellent. Especially like the weather we have going on here in Dubai right now, where we have 50 degrees Celsius. It's insane. This perfume will make me feel happy. It's gonna make me feel fresh. I'm just gonna be like la di da di da, that attitude. The projection is like 3 to 4 feet. It projects like wow. And the longevity I would say is like 6 to 7 hours. Not excellent, but not bad either. This perfume is dirt cheap, by the way. This is again a 10 out of 10 for me. I will not let anybody tell me otherwise. I know this is not going to be a 10 out of 10 for everyone. Quite a bit is gone, see? We have 3 more perfumes left and I'm going to go with a new one, which is your Sehr Lattafa. Whoa, I nearly dropped it. See, it's off balance, you know, the cap is very heavy. Okay, let me just show it to you again. So you have a dragon with a dragon ball, very House of the Dragon. I had given this perfume to Queen Rhaenyra from House of the Dragon. If you watch it, if you're a nerd like me, this is a vanilla perfume with suede in the background. I know a lot of people are not going to agree with me because some people do get this and some people don't. It is a beautiful vanilla, but it has suede in the background and a hint of spices. The top notes for this are cinnamon and bitter almond, heart note of jasmine, pomerose, akigala wood, and the base notes of vanilla absolute, tonka bean, and amber. I know they've not written suede, but it does have some amount of suede. It's there for sure. Initially I was a bit like, maybe I'm confused or something, and I wanted to be like sure, so I let it rest. I tried it like several times. Right now I'm spraying it on my hands as well just to be sure, you know. And yes, the suede is unmistakably there, but it smells like vanilla mixed with bitter almond. Think of like a vanilla essence and you took bitter almond oil, you mixed it together and you smell it. Stunning. Vanilla is not very sweet and this perfume overall is not super sweet, which is why I think I like it. If this perfume was ultra sweet, you do get like a little bit of that akigala wood as well. That also kind of has a little bit of sweetness. And the cinnamon is there as hints. Honestly, I don't know where the flowers are. I can't smell them. And the more I spray this, I do think this needs a lot of maceration. Till now, I think I am creating space in it. You know what? I'm gonna wear this perfume today. See, it's like very sharp. It's going in the nose. It still has a lot of alcohol content. It needs to settle down. But regardless, 10 out of 10. I think the packaging is beautiful. And it's quite like out there, and I know it's a little tacky, but the fact that this is actually heavy metal and then the bottle is very classic pretty. I think it's a very pretty bottle. Like, as much as I hate the bottle of Eclaire, this is like gorgeous, stunning, you know. This guy, you can wear it more during fall, winter, but I think I can pull this off during summers and spring evenings as well. The projection right now is like 2 feet. The longevity is like, you know, sometimes it gives me 6 hours, sometimes it gives me 8 hours. It's like weird. I need this perfume to settle down like a lot more before I can make up my mind about it. We have 2 more perfumes left and I'm going to do them quickly because I've reviewed them so many times. The first one is Tharwah. This is your dupe for Libre with 20% Lanteri. I think these guys, Lattafa, did a great job. This is from their Pride collection and I know this doesn't come cheap. First of all, I don't know this atomic structure, whatever it is over here. Neutron, protons, electrons, I know. But this perfume, it's gorgeous. The top notes for this are lavender and bergamot, middle notes of orange blossom and jasmine, and base notes of vanilla, vetiver and amber. I do feel it has a little bit of some kind of fake fruits as well, which is why Tharwah I feel is better than Libre. I would wear this. I'd rather wear this than that. The price difference is not really that much, to be honest with you. Actually, no, it is if you buy a full bottle, because this is 100 ml, right? I was thinking about 30 ml, which I had bought earlier. So yeah, if you like Libre, you're gonna love this perfume. If you like Lanteri, you're gonna love this perfume. It's a floral with intriguing notes. Like, think of like a basic white floral, but then it has lavender and vetiver on opposite ends. And your florals are sandwiched between the two. It smells ultra modern. It smells florals done in a super modern way. Very Vogue. It gets me all the time. I can wear this like, I know this is supposed to be meant for spring, summer. I'll wear this throughout the year. I don't care. Daytime though, yeah? This is again a 10 out of 10 perfume for me. Very, very feminine fragrance. The projection is around 2 to 3 feet. And the longevity, 7+ hours, 8 hours. As a matter of fact, this perfume stays for a very, very long time on your skin. And last but not the least, we have Vintage Radio. Yay! It made it on my top 10 list, or top 15 list, because initially I was not very sure about this perfume, but the more I used it, every time I would spray it, I would feel so relaxed. And I know it's because of that sage in this perfume. It's a very calming perfume. Don't want to use the word downer, but it is kind of like when you want to feel at zen, I would wear this perfume. I use this a lot before sleeping. I know that's not a very good pitch for this perfume, but I'm not trying to sell anything to you guys, right? It just is a very calming fragrance, and like right after the shower and everything, I douse myself in this and then just go in my clean sheets and I feel so good about it. The top notes on this are again aromatics, lavender, sage and bergamot. Middle notes of plum, Palo Santo and black pepper. There you go, Palo Santo. Again, a very calming note, right? With black pepper though. And then you have the base notes of sandalwood and amberwood. Now, you can very prominently smell the lavender and sage in the opening. But the sage is not like your smudging sage, you know. It does smell like when you smell the sage like directly or to your nose. And the lavender also, of course, like directly to your nose. And then it has bergamot. I think I know why I like it. You know, you get these smudge sticks where it's lavender combined with sage. And when you open the packaging for the first time and that beautiful smell you get, it's smelling of that. Plus, it has Palo Santo. I mean, it has everything that you need, like, to smudge yourself or smudge the house, you know. The middle notes has plum, which is a very, very beautiful. It's not a very fresh, ripe plum. It's a dry plum, like almost like a powder. But then you have your Palo Santo along with black pepper. And the black pepper is pretty prominent, but it'll not tingle your nose. But it does smell like if someone was grinding black pepper in a distance and you would smell that black pepper, it smells that strong, yeah? I'm glad that note is there, because with all these smudging notes, you get that black pepper, adds some intrigue. And then the base notes, you have sandalwood and amberwood, adding calmness, creaminess, smoothness to the perfume. And this this perfume is definitely smooth. That's how I feel. I feel like this perfume is like smooth to the touch, you know, like satin or something like that. If you want a perfume which is zen mode, this is the perfume for you. I do also feel it's a very likable perfume. So if you spray this and go around people will also calm down. If you want to, like, you know, if there's a fight going on or something, so start spraying this on everybody. Okay, let me not be silly. This for me is all day, all weather, anytime. I'll spray this like all the time. Like, there's no like season and time date to this perfume. It's a 10 out of 10 for sure. The projection is like 2 feet, and the longevity is like pretty decent. It's like 7 hours plus. This is again a unisex fragrance, so I feel like a guy or girl both can pull this off. I do think the bottle is quite ugly, but it's kind of growing on me now. It's like it doesn't bother me anymore. But you know, vintage radio. I mean, the perfume is so beautiful, and you know, the zen thing, really wish it was not in this packaging, you know. It could have been like a simple white marble, you know, white glass with like, it should have looked very zen and it would have been perfect. I still love it. And that's a wrap, guys. I managed to do 15 perfumes together. I hope this is not going to be a very long video, but I know that everybody loves to see these top 10, top 20 Lattafas. I wish I could do 20, but that's going to be a very long video. So I hope you liked it. Please tell me, if not your top 15, at least your top 7 or top 10, you know, Lattafas that you like. And if you like any of these specifically, like you can't say ride or die, let me know in the comments, yeah? And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!